Hey Hardik, this is Tom Desmond. I'm actually a patient of yours, and we spoke a couple months ago, and I told you that I was going to shoot an analysis video of your website and compare it to some of the top ranking sites in your market from a metrics point of view to show you exactly what it takes to rank in your market for some of these keywords I know are valuable. So before I do that, the whole video is going to be focused on that. Just a quick background to kind of refresh your memory if you don't recognize me. I own Apricot Law, and we specialize in internet marketing for law firms. We have about 40 clients all around the country, and we're about to break into the dental market. We don't have any dentists as clients yet, so I'm kind of doing this free for you because it's information that I think you're going to find really fascinating, and also to see if this is something that you would be interested in paying for. If it would help you. I'm not trying to get you as a client. I'm just trying to get a conversation. If you were to say, Tom, this would be really great, then I know it would be a good market for us to enter. Or if you said, I'm not interested, and I don't think other dentists would be interested in this kind of thing, then that's good information too. But either way, it'll be educational for you. The video might be 15 minutes long, and I hope you like it. So this is a valuable phrase, Austin dentist. As you said during our conversation, and here's some metrics. So this is the interesting part. It gets searched over 8,000 times a month. And for one click, if you were to pay for an ad, it's $13 for one click. So this is really telling, just this information here. This is a very high search volume. Now, the clients that we have, they're personal injury clients, Austin personal injury attorney, or Austin car accident attorney, those phrases get searched only 300 times a month, and the cost per click might be $300 for one click, because you get that case, it could be an $80,000 settlement, right? So for you, it's different. It's more about volume. So let me talk a little bit about this. These are ads. You pay for them. It's AdWords, PPC, pay-per-click. It's not a bad way to invest a little bit of money, but it's very dangerous. You can burn through a lot of money quickly. This is organic in maps. It's very important to be ranked in maps, and there's a way to do that. I'm not going to go into that now, but I can talk to you about that if you're interested. This is the winner circle here in the top 3. Now, it's interesting that Yelp is in the top 2, takes up the top 2 spots. And now I'm going to talk about these tools. So some of these numbers, and so you know what they mean. Now, the best thing for me to do is talk about this one right here in the number 3 spot, which is still considered the winner circle. They're going to get 75% of all of these visits, of all the clicks happen in the top 3 organic. This is called the organic listing. So this is you might know them. They're an Austin dentist, and I'll talk about some of these numbers. So TF, it's trust flow. It's just what it sounds like. It's the trustworthiness of this website. Trustworthiness comes from backlinks. A backlink is a little text link on another website that points to you. So if you click on that link on the other website, it opens up one of your pages. That little link sends nutrition to your website. I know that might sound crazy, but that's what we call it. We call it website nutrition. If you have trusted websites linking to you, then your trust numbers go up. Websites with high trust numbers rank very high. And you'll see at the bottom here, some of these numbers are 0, 0, 4, right? So the trust number in the number 3 spot is a 23 out of 100. Now, we don't have to be in the 80s or 90s. It depends on the phrase. Every phrase has a different number that you have to reach. So this particular phrase, to be in the number 3 spot, you have to beat a trust level of 23. Now, there's a lot of different things that come into play, so let me go through a couple of them. This here, these little boxes here, this blue 23, it says health and dentistry. This is topical trust flow. That means every link that comes into your site gets a little tag on it according to its topic. Interesting, right? And there's 1,000 topics, so it could be food, sports, entertainment, shopping, whatever. The most powerful kind of link for you in your market is going to be this one. This is a specific topic, health and dentistry. So naturally, if you have a lot of trusted health and dentistry related websites linking to you, you're going to climb up to the top because Google is going to promote you. Google's going to see your website as trusted and being trusted by other trusted websites that are particularly dentist related, maybe like a dentist blog, dentist directories, etc., etc. A lot of places to get good links. This number here is 400 links. So this tool is finding 400 links going into this website as a whole. Now, it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So 50 really powerful, high trust flow, high page authority, correct topical trust flow links will beat 400. I've seen many websites with 600,000 links, and a website comes along with 250 links and just crushes it because the quality of those links are much better, right? The quality comes from those websites. Are they trusted? Do they have traffic? What's the topic of the website? Lots of other metrics, right? There's a couple of these other numbers and citation flow and trust ratio. We'll talk about that. This is important. Page authority, PA. It's just the raw strength of this page, right? And this is domain authority, not as important as page authority. And I'm going to illustrate that in a second. So this is a site to beat. Let's look at Yelp for a second, because there's interesting things to talk about here. Now, Yelp obviously is a massively powerful site. They have 325 million plus links going into that website, right? So why isn't it number one for everything? Well, because there's a lot of play. There's a lot of things involved. Google, the algorithms are very complicated. So there's a lot of pieces that have to be in place. Let's look at some of those pieces. Here's their trust flow. It's massive. It's an 82 for their homepage. Their page authority for the ranking page is a 49. That's an internal page of Yelp that has a very high page authority, strong. Their domain authority is massive. It's almost as powerful as Facebook and Google itself. It's a 95, very high. But why, I could search a couple of other terms and these numbers will be the same, like teeth whitening, for example, and they're lower towards the bottom of the page. Why? Because there's a lot of things. There's relevance as well, and I'll talk about that in a second. But if I could draw your attention to this right here, 82 is the home page. This little slash here, 0, is the internal ranking page. So the trust flow of the internal page is 0 because there's only, if you can see this, 18 links going into that internal page. So all of that strength is coming from the website as a whole. It's not coming from that internal page. Now, we don't have to outrank Yelp. We just have to outrank that internal page, which itself is not that strong. This tool is only finding 7 links to that page in the number 1 spot. It's important. It's parallel to the legal market, because the legal market has a lot of really powerful legal directories that are not as strong as Yelp, but almost. It's the same thing. We're not trying to outmuscle that home page of that entire site. We just have to outrank that internal page that might be in the top 3 for Chicago car accident lawyer or something like that. So that's important stuff. Here's Yelp. If you add the word reviews in there, naturally you're going to pull up Yelp. That page authority is only a 1. So this is not that hard to beat. So what I'm saying is this site is close to overtaking Yelp. It's not far. Here's something else that's interesting. This tool is called SEMRush. What this does is measure your traffic value. And it does that by analyzing the traffic coming into your site, how the people are getting there, meaning what keywords they're searching. And then it gives you how much you would have to spend in Google AdWords every month to get your current organic traffic. So this firm that I was just looking at, dental office, is getting almost $20,000 a month worth of traffic, which is amazing. Because your organic SEO, which is an enormous amount of work, is content writing, there's link building, there's social media, ad retargeting, all that stuff is all considered organic, is not going to cost you this much. It might cost you $4,000, $5,000 a month, but you'll get $20,000 a month worth of traffic. So they're getting 1,400 visitors a month organically because they're ranked for 468 keywords. One other thing that's interesting about this tool is it gives us all that information. What keyword they're ranked for, what position they're in. These are just columns. How many times that keyword is searched a month, how difficult it is to rank for that keyword, what the cost per click for that keyword is, and the page that's being ranked. So it's very easy for us to use this tool to reverse engineer the strongest websites in any market. It's very easy. And we could take it deeper by going into the page that's ranked and analyze that page to see what kind of backlinks it has. How can we provide better trust flow, better page authority backlinks into that page of our client's page to push it up above their page, right? Tons of information. This long page of valuable information is only one of 5. So this is a study in the market itself. I could spend a day just learning everything that I need to know about this market in this city with this one tool and this one page. It's tremendous. So that's good information. Here's another phrase, invaline. I know what it is. I'm not saying it properly though. Austin. That phrase gets searched 390 times. That's great. And let's see who's ranking and how strong they are. So this website, you might know them. The trust flow is only 11. They do have dentist-related links, and the page authority is 30. Now, for us in the legal market, this is nothing. I mean, our trust flow that we have to beat is usually in the 50s. Page authority is usually in the high 50s or in the 60s or something. So for us, looking at this is like a major league player going back to the minors, and the ball's only coming in at 70 miles an hour. You can hit it easily. It's really what this market is to us. And then you can see this website in the number 2 spot, getting 80% of 390 visitors a month, has 0 trust flow and 0 page authority is 14. The domain authority is only 14. So this market is easy to crush. Let's take a look at your website. So here's your Isvaline. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I don't know why I can't pronounce it. Your trust flows is 0. Don't worry. It doesn't take long to build trust. And you have 1 link coming into this page. Your page authority is 17. So those are low numbers. But let's talk about relevance. So that's authority. There's 2 parts to organic ranking. There's relevance and authority. Relevance is everything that's on your website. Authority is website strength. That's what we just covered. We just talked about authority. It's website strength. It's trust. It's page authority. It's topical trust flow, right? And some other things. But now there's also relevance. So that's everything that's on your site. Your site has to be set up in a very specific way to show Google that you're relevant for those phrases. And this part's not rocket science. So let me just go through it quickly. For every phrase you want to rank for, you need a page. So if you want to rank for, look at some of your other restorative fillings, crowns, bridges. So right off the bat, I can see your pages are under optimized, and I'll show you what I mean. This right here, what I just highlighted, this is part of your URL that we have control over. Your domain is fine. We leave it as is. You can't touch it anyway. But this little part should be optimized for the phrase. The phrase would be Dental Bridges, Austin, Texas, or something like that. Your page title is pretty good. So that is another part right here that needs to be optimized, and that's good. You can even leave out Texas. Your meta description, that is this black text right here. It's a little code in the back end that says meta description, and we're telling Google what to put on the SERPs. So yours is pretty good. It says Dental Bridges in it. You don't need your zip code in there. I would put a very clear call to action. You want to tell someone, click here to learn more about, something like that. You can put your phone number in there. You could even leave it blank and Google will find a snippet from your site, but it's important to write them and test them and see which one gets the best clicks. And then your meta keywords, that's cool. Leave it blank. H1 and H2, these are important. H tags is this is your H1 tag. It's the header of your page. It's just like a header of a news article. It needs to cover exactly what that page is about. So you want to match the keyword. You want to put that whole keyword here. Just bridges is too general. Google's looking at these H tags on your page, the little codes in the back end, to determine the relevance of the page. So you want to put bridges, dentistry, Austin, or something like that right here. Makes it more relevant, sharply optimized for the phrase. And these are your H2s, these little subheaders. Now they have a couple of purposes. One is to keep the reader on the page. Now, these are interesting H2s. What is a bridge? I would probably read this. Caring for bridges. I don't know if that's so exciting, but there's a skill to this. You want to keep the reader on the page, lead them down the page, and get them to take action. You want to make them feel like they're getting good information, and then you want to tell them what to do. Call us today, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of different calls to action that I'm unfamiliar with because I haven't worked with dentists yet. But those have to be in there. And another purpose is for Google, you want to get buzzwords in there. So you won't want to repeat the word bridge in your H2 tags. It'll look like keyword stuffing. It's just unnatural. Like if you read an article in a magazine, you don't see the same word in every subheader, right? And Google catches on to that quickly. But there are buzzwords, meaning there are things that people search for and click on when they're looking for a dentist that can help them with a bridge. And there's the data is not hard to get. So that's part of the research that I would do to make sure that we get those buzzwords in the H2 tags. The other thing you have here is a sidebar. Now, there may be some custom elements that we can add to a sidebar to show your visitors that you're an expert because you're providing a lot of information about bridges. There might be a frequently asked question section. There might be images. There might be before and after pictures. There's a lot. Again, it's research that needs to get done, and it gets planned out. The pages get built properly, all linked together. So let me see if there's anything else I could share with you. I think that about covers it for now. I just remembered that I offered this to you and I didn't send it, so I know it's a little late. I hope you enjoy the video. Feel free to ask as many questions as you want, Hardik, and with no pressure to hire us. I just wanted to start a conversation to see if this is something that would be interesting for you in this market. Okay, and I will be seeing you in March. So all the best. Thank you.